never say the cursed words from this book or something will come back to haunt you. The film begins by showing a severely injured woman stumbling through the middle of a dark forest, as if she is trying to escape from something that is chasing her. She attempts to hide, but is eventually ambushed by two unknown people and loses consciousness. When she wakes up, she finds herself tied to a wooden post with her head covered by a cloth, while in front of her, an old woman is performing a demonic exorcism ritual using an ancient book. Not long after, a man arrives and removes the cloth from her head, revealing that he is her own father. Terrified, the girl asks about her mother, but her father explains that her mother is already dead, killed by the girl herself while she was out of control. Without hesitation, he continues the ritual by burning his own daughter alive to drive out the evil entity inside her.
Daddy, please, I just want to go home.
You killed her.
What is that?
As the flames rise, the sinister presence finally reveals itself, convincing the father that he is doing the right thing until he ultimately shoots her in the head to make sure everything truly ends. After that horrifying incident, the story moves forward as David arrives at a remote old cabin with his girlfriend, Natalie, where they meet Olivia, Eric, and his younger sister, Mia, who are already there.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Olivia. Good to see you too, man. Come here. This is my girl, Natalie.
Oh, the heartbreaker.
She's waiting for you in the back.
Hey, Mia.
Grandpa? You actually came.
Come on, your big brother. Of course I came.
Their reunion feels warm, and David gives Mia a good luck necklace as a sign of support, since the purpose of their trip is to help Mia recover from her drug addiction by isolating her from her previous environment. Mia promises that she will quit, although her friends remain doubtful because she has failed before.
May my friends and family witness this act. Promise not to touch this shit. Okay. Okay.
As they enter the cabin, which once belonged to David and Mia's parents, the house is dirty and abandoned, creating an uncomfortable atmosphere. While exploring, Mia is reminded of the past, especially their mother's death, which sparks tension between her and David because he was not there at that time.
Mom would have hated seeing the cabin like this.
Let's make this place livable.
Final days at the hospital, Mom sometimes thought I was you. Maybe you were lucky not to see her the way that I did.
I wanted to be there. By the time Mom got bad, I had just gotten the job at the...
David explains that he could not leave his job, but that does not ease Mia's long-held disappointment. Outside, Olivia reminds David that Mia once made the same promise, but only lasted 8 hours, suggesting that Mia should not be allowed to leave the cabin, although David refuses because he does not want to force her or treat her too harshly.
We already tried this whole thing back in Flint last summer.
Lasted 8 hours and quit.
We don't want to let her leave.
She asked me to take her home at some point. I'm gonna have to do it. I came here to make things better with my sister, not worse.
That night, the situation begins to change when Mia suddenly screams after smelling a foul odor that no one else can detect, leading Olivia to calm her down with an injection, assuming it is just withdrawal symptoms. Shortly after, David's dog starts acting strangely, scratching at the carpet until they discover a hidden door leading to a basement covered in dried blood. When they open it, the source of the horrible smell is revealed to be coming from below. As they investigate, they find numerous dead cats hanging and a suspicious burnt wooden post. In the middle of it all, Eric finds a wrapped object and brings it upstairs, even though Mia strongly warns them not to touch anything from the basement because she has a bad feeling about it. At the same time, Eric's curiosity takes over as he finally opens the wrapped object he found, revealing a mysterious book filled with disturbing ritual illustrations. He notices a warning clearly stating that no one should read or speak the contents of the book, but instead of stopping, he ignores it and reads the scratched-out passages anyway.
Estrada, Kunda, Montose.
Not long after, outside the cabin, Mia suddenly vomits and begins seeing a figure calling her name, making her panic and feel like something is watching her. Terrified, she hurriedly packs her belongings to leave, but her friends stop her, and that is when Mia realizes that none of them are willing to take her home. Frustrated and desperate, she retreats to her room while Eric tries to follow, only to find that Mia has already escaped through the window. Mia then drives away in anger and panic, but along the road she is suddenly startled by the appearance of a woman standing in the middle of the road, causing her to lose control and crash. When she regains consciousness, her car is no longer usable, and as she tries to escape, she's chased by a terrifying presence from the forest. In her panic, she trips and falls into the bushes, where the roots around her suddenly come to life and wrap around her body. Helpless, the entity appears and forces something unnatural into her, taking control of her body. Not long after, David and the others find Mia weak and curled up under a tree, then bring her back to the cabin. Olivia, who tries to treat Mia, assumes everything she experienced is just severe hallucination caused by withdrawal, so she does not believe Mia's story. David, worried, tries to calm his sister, but Mia begs them to leave immediately because she is certain something dangerous is there and will harm them all. However, thinking Mia is just going through withdrawal, David ignores her warning and leaves her alone in the room. While alone, Mia experiences something strange again when she sees something unnatural in the mirror, as if another presence is watching her. Meanwhile, Eric, still consumed by curiosity, studies the book more deeply and begins to realize that the ritual images resemble exactly what Mia has been experiencing, making him suspect that none of this is a coincidence. At the same time, David, while cleaning up the dead cats, notices a trail of blood leading into a tunnel, then finds his dog barely alive with a blood-covered hammer nearby.
What did you get into?
Believing Mia is responsible, David rushes to the bathroom, breaks down the door, and is shocked to find Mia's body badly burned from hot water. After witnessing her drastic change, Eric becomes even more convinced that everything is connected to the book. David then tries to take Mia to the hospital, but fails because the only bridge out has collapsed due to flooding, forcing them to return to the cabin. The situation grows more intense as they begin blaming each other, while Eric warns that Mia's condition will only get worse, until the tension finally peaks when Mia reappears in a far more horrifying state than before. The situation spirals out of control when David tries to calm Mia, who is already holding a shotgun, asking her to put it down, but instead, she shoots him without hesitation.
Fucking gun!
Mia warns that they will all die tonight before suddenly collapsing and losing consciousness. Olivia quickly takes the shotgun from the floor, but Mia soon wakes up again and violently attacks her, forcing Olivia to push her down into the basement, where Eric immediately locks the door. After that, Olivia goes to the bathroom to clean herself, while Eric begins explaining to David that everything happening is likely connected to the mysterious book he found. Inside the bathroom, the atmosphere turns disturbing when Olivia notices her reflection looks different, and without realizing it, she begins harming her own face, just like the image in the book. When Eric comes to check on her, he finds her in a horrifying state, and in the chaos, he is forced to fight back until Olivia is ultimately killed. When David and the others arrive, they are shocked by what they see, while David tries to help Eric, who is badly injured. In the middle of the panic, Eric admits that he read a spell from the book and unknowingly released something that was meant to stay trapped. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Natalie hears Mia's weak voice coming from the basement and approaches out of concern, but it turns out to be a fatal mistake. As she realizes the voice is not really Mia, she tries to step back, but it is too late as her leg is suddenly pulled from below.
Don't understand.
Down there, okay? I do, he has all of you!
In panic, Natalie is attacked and her hand is bitten by Mia before David arrives and manages to pull her out, then secures the basement door with chains. Feeling guilty, Eric tries to end everything by burning the book, but is shocked to find that it cannot be destroyed. He then explains to David that if the entity claims 5 lives, something far worse will happen, marked by blood rain and the rise of a demonic catastrophe. According to the book, the only way to stop it is by killing Mia in specific ways, but David refuses to accept this, still believing his sister is only sick and needs medical help. Meanwhile, Natalie's condition worsens as the bite on her hand begins to spread and rot unnaturally, and after seeing Mia watching her from the basement, she appears to be influenced and ends up cutting her own arm, causing the power to go out.
Don't do it, you little bitch. Don't cut it off.
Her screams bring David and Eric rushing in, shocked by her condition. In the chaos, Eric once again tries to convince David by explaining the method to stop the entity by burying, dismembering, and burning the possessed body, but David still refuses to accept it, insisting Mia is just like their mother before. As they argue, the situation escalates again when Natalie, no longer fully conscious, suddenly attacks them from behind using a nail gun. With no choice, David pushes her away and struggles to stop her.
Take it before she does. No!
Moments later, Natalie briefly regains awareness, feeling intense pain throughout her body before dying in David's arms from blood loss. Her death finally makes David start to believe Eric, leading him to consider burning down the cabin to end everything. However, just as he is about to do it, Mia suddenly begins singing a song their mother used to sing, causing David to hesitate and abandon the plan. In that moment of confusion, a lightning strike hitting a tree outside gives him another idea, making him realize there might be a way to stop everything without killing Mia by burying her according to the instructions in the book. As David tries to approach Mia with a sedative, the situation turns even more brutal as Mia relentlessly attacks him without stopping. In that critical moment, Eric suddenly steps in and manages to strike Mia, giving David the chance to inject her. Just when things seem under control, David is faced with a harsh reality, as Eric, having lost too much blood, dies in front of him. Without wasting any time, David continues his plan, and under the rain and the burning tree, struck by lightning, he begins burying Mia halfway, following the method he believes can stop everything. In the middle of it, Mia suddenly regains consciousness and begs him to stop. But David, realizing it is only a trick from the entity possessing her, refuses to listen and continues covering her with dirt until she is completely buried.
You're not hurt.
You will burn in hell alongside your junkies.
After the fire starts to die down, David digs her back up, hoping to save his sister, and tries to revive her using a modified defibrillator, but there is no response.
Come back to me, come on, please.
Heartbroken, he walks away, trying to accept that Mia is gone until he suddenly hears her breathing again, making him turn back in relief as she comes back to life. Feeling a mix of joy and relief, David returns to the cabin to get the car keys, briefly looking at their photo together. But without realizing it, Eric, now possessed, suddenly appears from behind and stabs him. Badly injured, David still manages to get outside and tells Mia to run before taking a shotgun and shooting the gasoline inside the cabin, setting the entire place on fire as a final attempt to end everything, even though it means sacrificing himself. In her grief, Mia stands there alone, watching everything, until she notices the necklace David gave her and takes it as a final memory. Not long after, blood begins to rain from the sky, signaling that 5 lives have been taken, starting from the woman at the beginning, followed by Olivia, Natalie, Eric, and finally David, meaning the ritual has reached its final stage. From the ground, the true form of the evil entity rises and immediately chases Mia as she tries to escape. She runs toward a shed through a narrow passage, searching for a way to survive until she finds a chainsaw and quickly prepares it as her only weapon. As the creature gets closer, Mia breaks through a rotten wooden wall to escape and hides under a car, waiting for the right moment to strike. She manages to attack and cut part of the creature, but the situation turns again when the car is flipped over and crushes her hand. With no other choice, Mia forces her hand free to survive, then fights back with everything she has until the creature is completely destroyed and its body is swallowed back into the ground. After all the destruction and loss, Mia becomes the only survivor of the horrific event. Soon after, morning arrives, and Mia, who made it through, is left to live alone with all the terrifying memories, while near the cabin, the mysterious book that started everything slowly closes on its own, and the story comes to an end.